Today on the channel, listen, do you want to know a secret? Well, you're in luck. Secret Wars, Marvel Legends, Wolverine, and symbiote Spider-Man.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and back again with another Secret Wars unboxing from Marvel Legends. And today on the channel, we got Wolverine, we got the black symbiote Spider-Man. But for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all its stock items. Anything over $39 currently does ship free. Gotta get a deal out there. And the symbiote Spider-Man, Wolverine, two all-time classic characters of the Marvel Universe. And this Secret Wars line being very, very fun line this year for Marvel Legends. Dare I say it could be the best thing Marvel Legends put out as far as sets this year. I guess that's to be debated and, of course, settled in the top 10 year-end list that we'll do on this very channel. But of course, this video, we're going to do like all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And me, a kid growing up in the 80s, this is the first time I ever heard of the Marvel Universe was via the Secret Wars toy line. That was the first time. I've said it before, in the 80s from where I was from, and maybe you as well, it was more about the DC superheroes. We saw them on TV a lot more, saw more toys, more things with them. That's just the way it went. At least for me, it did. And then, of course, the 90s, Marvel really took over and never looked back as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of good stuff between DC and Marvel all these years later. And of course, Secret Wars very well known as a big crossover event. I was partial to the Infinity Gauntlet myself as a kid, really collecting the comic books in my prime era. But I would say the Black Symbiote Spider-Man, one of the biggest things to come out of Secret Wars is that's where we did get this suit, which later, of course, got us to Venom. Yeah, I'm getting there. Todd McFarlane on the couch always wants to talk about Venom. I get it. You love Venom. I understand it. You like the symbiote too? I know you like them all. You like everything. Let's be honest, Todd. You're a good friend over there on the couch today. But a big deal with the Black Symbiote Spider-Man. And at first when I saw it, I said, oh man, another Black Symbiote Spider-Man. I probably have like 6 of these in my collection now, but this one's going to be the most up-to-date, the newest one. At least we got a little bit of different head. Make him as different as possible. We know how that goes as well. But let's dive into him. And I guess we'll start with the Symbiote Spider-Man. Why wouldn't we, huh? We're talking about him, might as well jump into him. Of course, first appearance of the symbiote costume. I'm sure back in the day, people are up in arms. They're like, you're getting rid of my classic Spider-Man costume. How dare you? Or maybe it was a shot in the arm. I guess I wasn't really around to take the pulse of the nation at the time, but very iconic costume all these years later, no doubt about it. We got all the Secret Wars goodness with those shields, throwback to the 80s toys, throwback packaging as well. I was up in Minnesota this week at Min and Box Toys. They had Dr. Doom's Tower of Doom in box, and I was so tempted to buy that bad boy. I was like, you know, do I pull the trigger on this? Because I had it as a kid. I thought that would be a cool one to have. I have my Hall of Justice, have that. I had those two things. I don't know, maybe in the future. Classic Marvel logo up top, looking really good. Then big bubble window there. On the back, shows you how to use that shield. You got the cross sale. You know we're unboxing all these on the channel. Got a little bit of a blurb, got a little glamour shot, got some gibber and some jabber down there. Let's see what it says about the old symbiote. Spider-Man discovers a mystery glob on Battleworld, giving him a new black suit with stronger powers and, unbeknownst to him, his first encounter with a certain alien symbiote. Oh man, never forget. Who'd have thought all those years later, that was obviously the biggest story out of all that, of what changed with the Marvel Universe just after that day. See you later, goodbye. I mean, Venom, of course, you're a kid in the 90s. It was all about Carnage. It was all about Venom. We were all in on that stuff for sure. See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Prison, looking good. We got the old spider hands. You got to have some of them spider hands ready to go. Spider-Man always has to come with multiple hands, you know? He's just one of those guys. The hands are the key to the personality for Spider-Man. No twist ties here, Todd McFarlane. Have you noticed this? Are you taking notes from the couch? Todd's taking notes feverishly from the couch, but a very cool power move there. He's doing it with both his feet, with pins in his toes, writing down on 2 sheets of paper. See you later, goodbye. That is the definition of power move, man. If you can do that, man, more power to you. Writing with your toes, writing with your hands. You got 4 pads of paper. He's just going. He's writing there. He's writing down there. Amazing. And Mark Summers just taking it all in like this, just staring at it. Shout out to the boys on the couch. Shout out to Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Go all day if we need to. Got the little Secret Wars insignia as well. Choose your own adventure. These are cool for what they are, but they are going in a baggie. There's no way I'm displaying these with these shields, but a very cool throwback to my childhood and maybe your childhood as well with that one there. But now let's dive into Spider-Man. He's got 2 fists of Spidey Fury. If you're on Battle World, you better be ready to battle with them fists. He is ready for that. We got the wall-crawling hands, the splayed-out hands, the jazz hands. We got those going on for Spider-Man. You got to have those, of course. And then the I Love You Brudda hands, the old Superfly Jimmy Snuka. He's going to be swinging through the sky, or he's going to be telling everybody how passionately he loves them. Got those hands going on. Choose your own Spider-Man adventure here. But now we got old Spidey ready to go. Looking good, looking classic black symbiote costume, no doubt about it. So the head out of the package, got those big old eyes going on, those wide eyes there. All black head outside of that. Now the second one, a little bit different, but also a little bit similar at the same time. But he's got a little bit closed eyes, a little more closed eyes, we'll call them right there, in white. And that's where I'm leaning to use this, because this looks different than any of the other black symbiotes I have in my collection. Try to make them as different as possible. That's always the good rule right there. This head's not as iconic to me, but it is different, so I probably will end up using it. But then you get into Spider-Man here. You got the black and white attack, and black and white on paint on an action figure is always tough to do. I do got a little bit of a scratch right there in the emblem on the chest. The back emblem does look okay for me. Outside of that, you're a full-on black symbiote costume here. It's not a lot of pizzazz to this one, but kind of being so minimalistic is kind of what drives this one forward to look really, really cool. And that's what we got going on with this one right here. But very iconic, there's no doubt about it. Now, articulation is going to be the key to this one here. As Spider-Man, he's got to have the articulation, and we finally got even more improved articulation with this one, as we've had a lot of really good Spider-Man ones. Well, it's taken the black symbiotes of the past to the new level of articulation here today with Hasbro. Of course, arm's going to go all the way around for us. We do got the butterfly in the shoulder there. You got the bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. You know those are the hits I love to be played with. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands removable. Head removable. But you get the huge up, the huge down, the back, forth, side to side. Tons and tons of movement out of the head on Spidey right there. Hula hoop up top. Got the big old ab crunch. How about that ab crunch? You can get into crazy different moves there. So you get the hula hoop plus the ab crunch. Looking very, very nice there. No drop down hips on this one, but the leg does go up. Thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees, boot cut, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. All the usual articulation ready to go there for old Spidey. Looking good for what it is. I mean, there's a lot of black symbiote Spider-Mans over the last couple of years from the Marvel Legends team. I brought the last 2 out, but there's even more than that. I wasn't going to go dismantle all my shelves to get 10 different versions of this figure out. But there is a lot, as we do know, and he does fit on a ringside collectible stand. Got one of the last ones right here. And then we got the animated series box. I think that's where that one was there. But we got 3 different ones. They are a little bit different. Each one different and special in their own way. But this one is a little bit different. A little bit smaller, this one feels like. And let's be honest, Spidey's not a giant. He's not Hulk. So feel a little smaller is an okay thing, if you ask me. But we've got a lot of symbiotes over the years. I'm sure you got some in your collection as well. But always fun to get a new one, I guess. How about that? And this one, I can kind of justify to myself a little bit more. He's going to live and breathe on a Secret Wars shelf. So I'm going to have a special Secret Wars shelf in my collection. And Wolverine, my favorite of all time, is going to join that shelf as well. And it's time to get an updated suit of this Wolverine. And once again, this is the first time I ever heard of Wolverine as a kid was in the Secret Wars line. I did not have that figure back then, but that was the first time I ever said, who's this Wolverine guy? That's where I saw him. And it's so funny, a lot of people think of his other suit, of course the yellow and blue suit, as his classic suit. And it is his classic suit. But to me, you say classic suit Wolverine, I think of this because this is the first suit I ever saw Wolverine in. So it's a little bit of a head trip for me from time to time. But looking good, a little bit muted in the colors from what I really think of, but I think this is on par with the Secret Wars, of course. Got the shields going on, got the extra head so you can make it a little different if you want to. A little bit of pizzazz here, and we're always going to get Wolverines and Spider-Man on a regular basis, as we do know. Marvel, Secret Wars, all the usual stuff. On the back, got the glamour shot, got the blurb, got the cross-sell, got the shield instructions if you need them, got the gibber, got the jabber, got the UPC. Let's see what it says about our old friend Wolverine. On a patchwork battle world, Wolverine fights a raging war alongside the X-Men, but is wary of forging alliances outside his trusted fellow mutants, and rightfully so. You can't trust anybody but your team most of the time. But Wolverine, an all-time favorite of mine, just a perennial favorite. He really caught lightning in a bottle. Obviously, he was around since the 70s, see you later, goodbye, but it really felt like the 90s, see you later, goodbye, is where he really caught fire. Maybe that was just me once again on the old playground, but looking good in the plastic prison. But Wolverine's been my favorite ever since. Ever since he uttered those words, I got claws, I can use them in the Toy Biz days, I said, I'm all in. I'm all in on this guy. I wish he was bigger, though, but I guess part of his charm is being just a little guy. But it's funny when, before I knew he was just a short little dude, see you later, I always thought he was a big dude. I thought he was like 6'6" or something like that. I was like, man, this guy's just a machine. But I think bringing him down to size makes him a little bit more special. Once again, could just be me. Could be just me. But we do got the Secret Wars little thing, if you want that. And then we got the shield. We got, of course, Wolverine, Logan. Wolverine, Logan. Logan, Wolverine, Wolverine, Logan. We can go all day with that, but we do get the little shield here, if that is your thing. A nice tribute to the past, I guess, is what we got going on there. We also got claws, and we can use them with Wolverine right here. Got the claw hands going on. Fisted claw hands, looking pretty good here, all things considered. Not my favorite claws. I like those chunkier claws we've gotten recently, but I think back in the Secret Wars days, he had the skinnier, longer claws, which, of course, Todd McFarlane loves the skinnier, longer claws, as we do know. You like them skinny and long, boys. I heard that. You're two long swordsmen over there. We know that all day. And then we get two more Fists of Fury over here, just regular Fists of Fury. But now we're diving into the head sculpts. We got Wolverine, got those big bat wings up here. Always kind of reminds you of two Batman kissing as Wolverine. Isn't that what they always said? But you got Wolverine, the big ears up there, looking very good. Very sly face, got kind of a smirk going on. Got a little 5 o'clock shadow. Somebody get him a razor. Yellow cap over the top. All day long, it's Wolverine. Wolverine, sometimes these are taller, sometimes they're shorter. The yellows are different, the browns are different. We know how it goes. The second head with Wolverine, I think this is a brand new Wolverine head here, unmasked head. I usually go to the masked head, but every once in a while I'll throw in an unmasked one, and I definitely prefer the masked one between the two heads here. But not bad Wolverine hair there. Got the big chops going on, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Playing all those mutant hits right there is what he's doing. Not too shabby if you ask me, but diving into Wolverine here. First thing I notice is the coloring, and once again, I think it's the Secret Wars coloring, but I imagine the color tone just a little bit off, different from this one is what I think of with this suit for Wolverine. Still not bad, but I think of more of a mustardy, a darker mustard, maybe a honey mustard, maybe a little Grey Poupon maybe, and then more of a dark brown instead of red. That's what I think of in my mind, but this isn't bad either. And once again, he'll sit on the Secret Wars stand for me of all the other guys. He does got some hair on his arms there. He's a hairy guy, Wolverine, as we do know. Got the big old boots down here as well, looking good, and got a belt around there. You got to keep those pants up, no matter if you're a superhero or not. Now, his arms do go all the way around, just like Spider-Man did. You got those butterfly shoulders, extremely tight in the butterfly shoulders, but we got him there. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. Those hits, they just continue. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. You got those claws where they come out of, looking good there. Head up, down, side to side, back and forth. Plenty of movement on that head. And of course, head can be removable if you want to. Ab crunch, very smooth as butter. Waist, smooth as butter. Legs, big old Wolvie splits if you need them. Legs go up, thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees. You know I'm here for that. Boot cut, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. The usual articulation, ready to go, ready to party. Ready to throw down in a Secret War. And of course, does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Old Wolverine, once again, ready to party. Ready to take it to Battle World right here. And I do got a former version of this one. And man, I picked this one up off of my Xavier student shelf, X-Men shelf in my collection. I forgot how out of date this one is. Kind of the paint showing through a little bit, the old articulation, the ugly pins. Oh my gosh, take my eyes off those pins in that elbow. I don't know. Heck of an improvement here. I would absolutely not be shocked to see this re-released in this color scheme. It just writes itself at this point. I know what Hasbro's moves. We know their moves, boys. We know what they're going to do there. But Wolverine, Spider-Man, two iconic characters, two must-haves in any collection. Can't go wrong with these Secret Wars. It's truly a Secret War. Loving it out there. Love this line. could be the set of the year for the Marvel Legends team. Coming in late in the game, but at least they got one in there, as it's been an up and down roller coaster year for Marvel Legends for me. This bringing them back in the game, baby, is what we got with these two right here. So Wolverine, Spider-Man, two A+ figures if you ask me. But now I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on these two? Any thoughts on them? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. I got videos every single day. All funnels up to the Patreon. We got a huge action collection video over there right now. As I film this, it could be on YouTube by now, depending when this rolls out. But a lot going on Patreon every single day. Appreciate the support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Check me out on TikTok, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Secret Wars, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.